Hello everybody, Brodie from Project X Paintballers, and today I'm going to bring you a little video about what you should think about, consider when starting paintball. Myself personally, I recently just started playing paintball, and so are some of the other players on my team. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit the mistakes that I made when trying to get into paintball, I want to say. And I'll pretty much be telling you the easiest, cheapest route to get into paintball. And I want to tell you guys straight up forward that paintball is an expensive sport. Between the paintballs, between the air, between the guns, between all your accessories that you'll need, it turns out to be a big toll on the paycheck, if you want to say that. But some things that I personally made a mistake is when you first want to start getting and you're looking for I bought a gun package on Ultimate Paintball, and it was a Spider Sonics, which I thought a paintball gun was a paintball gun. I didn't know all about the boards, all about the different triggers and tanks and settings and hoppers and all that at first. So I would definitely recommend you guys going out and doing a little bit of research before you start buying markers. Like I said, I bought a gun package of Spider Sonics. And then I found a used marker, which is my Proto SLG, and which was fairly cheap. So that's another thing I would suggest. Go out eBay, Craigslist. I know some of my friends that are on my team. Logan, who's on the channel, did the Smart Parts Ion review. He went on eBay, got a great deal on his Ion, which I think is a good gun. It's perfect for starting out. And just do some research. Go on Craigslist, go on eBay, just look for gun packages, whatever. On eBay, I saw for $200 you get pretty much everything that this guy bought. And for some some ads that they had on there, it was some pretty good deals. And so I would recommend going out there, doing some research, looking on eBay, looking at Craigslist. Go on Facebook and say, hey, looking for paintball stuff, what do you got? That's exactly how I got all my stuff. And if you saw my recent gear bag video, it was decent stuff for $170. I got Empire Mask, which is pretty much half the price right there that I got it. And it's a great deal. And it's perfect for starting out. It's cheap. And it's just all around good. The second thing is I would recommend getting a tank. Now, when you first get tanks, you're probably thinking a CO2 tank like this, which I think is a 12 ounce. Yep, 12 ounce. And depending on what kind of gun, if you get like a Smart Parts Ion or in my case a Proto SLG, you don't want to shoot CO2 because CO2 is it freezes when you shoot it, especially when you're shooting it at a fast rate of fire. And when you shoot CO2 at a fast rate of fire, it freezes, so it will freeze parts in your gun and it will break. It's easy to break. But most of you guys, if you've ever had a paintball gun, I had a Triumph back then. My brother had a Tipman 98 Custom, and you probably all have these little 9 ounce. Get rid of those. You don't want them. I would recommend buying something like this. It's a Gorilla 48-inch cubic inch, 3,000 psi. You can get this on eBay for about $30 or so. I fortunately got that with my package, so it didn't worry. But I just went and tried to fill it at Dunham's, and I guess you can't fill them at Dunham's, so I'll have to fill them when I go to crew to play. But excuse me. So depending on your gun, I would get either a 20 ounce CO2 tank, or a 48-inch or cubic inch 3,000 psi. That's probably the cheapest way to go. Next, I just recently purchased, depending on what kind of game type you want to play, but no matter what you're playing, you're probably going to want a pod pack. And I just got a 3 pod NXE pack, which is perfect because for playing speedball, I don't want to waste all that paint because I'm not filthy rich, so I want to save paint. I'll play semi-auto, and if I need extra pods, they're right on my back, so I can have them. But if you're playing speedball, airball, X-ball, woods ball, anything, you probably want to get a pod pack. It's probably going to be the easiest route for you. I got mine for $22 at Dunham's, and pods are like $1 a piece. So, and let's talk a little bit about the game types so you guys get used to it. Speedball is you're on like a, how do I want to subscribe it? Not subscribe. Describe it. You're on like a 50-yard field, and you have these air bunkers, and they call it speedball because I want to say they call it speedball because you're firing at 13 balls per second at some tournaments. And woods ball, you obviously you play in the woods. You play. You're probably looking for the most accurate gun. Speedball, you're probably looking for the fastest. X ball, they call it X ball because it's got a big X in the middle of the field. You're probably looking at the same gun for speedball and X ball and air ball. But if you want to get into speedball, which myself personally, just put my screwdrivers in here. They're bugging me. But if you want to get into speedball, which I am personally getting into, you're probably going to want a gun with a board. And guns with boards probably come around probably like $300. And I know that's probably a lot of money. But like I said, go look on eBay, go look on Craigslist. I'm sure you can find a Smart Parts Ion for like $150 with a package. And it's just the cheapest way. For woods ball and urban ball, you'll probably want to get like a Tippmann. They're actually really good guns if you want an accurate, dependable gun. Tippmann 98 Customs, A5s, they are like, they're selling cheap right now, but they're probably the most accurate and like best gun for woods ball. And personally, I have one, and it's in my brother's room because he has, well, it's not really mine, it's his, but my brother had one, and he said it was the best gun he's ever had for woods ball. And you know, Tippmanns are like, they're running pretty cheap on eBay. So speedball, airball, and X-ball, you're probably gonna want a gun with a board. I wouldn't recommend playing them with Tippmanns, but you know, there's people out there that do, and they have success. So woods ball, I would recommend like a Tippmann or something. Next, you're probably gonna want to get a case of paint, and depending on kind of what paint you are, it really doesn't matter what kind of paint you shoot. You don't really have to worry about that case of paint. But the next thing, if you're playing speedball, X-ball, airball, even woods ball, you're probably going to want an electric hopper. And I have a Halo belt drive hopper. This thing is off, like, I think it feeds 22 balls per second. It's got a speed feed. It's perfect. Pour pods right in here. You don't have to pop it up. But it's like perfect for the uses that I want to use it for. Speedball, pretty much anything you can use it for. So I recommend getting one of those. They're probably, depending on where you can find them, they're probably from like $70 to $100. And but then again, if you go on eBay and look on Craigslist, you can get a package for about $170. You can get a marker, a hopper, paint, and all this. The next thing you're gonna definitely want is a mask. Now, like I said, I got a very good package deal, and I got an Empire mask with mine. But I wouldn't recommend when you're first starting off to go buy an Empire mask. Of course not. But you're definitely gonna want a mask. Preferably a thermal mask, an anti-fog mask, something cheap. I'd recommend like a JT mask. I know my buddy just got one of those, I think, and it's just like perfect for starting out. It's cheap, it's reliable, it doesn't fog. One thing I would not recommend playing with, but is one of those stock Tippmann masks that I'm pretty sure they give you when you borrow equipment from paintball stuff. It's mostly, they say it's an anti-fog mask, but it's definitely not. It's more like, I don't know, it's just cheap and not as reliable. So I would recommend getting a decent mask for, I'm sure you can find one from anywhere to 30 to 60 bucks. That is decent. And that's about it. Oh, and one more thing before, if you're actually trying to get into paintball and you want to become serious with it, I'd recommend starting like a team, not like going out and trying to be all professional, but get a group of friends that you're comfortable playing with, comfortable being around, and just go play paintball. Playing with friends is probably the best thing, because you don't want to show up at some paintball field with all this stuff and like get stuck with either of these. Well, I mean, I guess you really didn't play, but you don't really want to get stuck with like professionals, and then you kind of get. It's just, I would recommend playing with friends. Friends from school, friends from a church group or something. I mean, you'll probably have the most fun because you'll be around your friends. You can take it as relaxed. You don't have to be as serious, but you can still take it serious. You know, take the game one as you play it and not so serious. So I think that's about it, guys. I will be doing a review on my pod pack, on my Empire mask that I just showed you. I will be doing a review on those. You'll see those on the channel. If you like the video and you want to subscribe, all you have to do is hit like, and you have to hit subscribe. It's not that hard. Check us out on our channel. We'll be posting more reviews, more how-tos, and gameplays from our matches from Speedball. And we're just excited. So thanks for watching again. It's been Brodie from Project X Paintballers, and I'll see you later.